Thank you for waking up with Happy Ass, where we come together to grow mind, body, and spirit so we can in turn go out and make the world a brighter and sweeter place to live for ourselves and for others. Well, y'all, I am so happy to be with y'all today. This is kind of to be honest with you, an unexpected taping. A guest wasn't able to come. And so we decided, hey, why not? Let's just go ahead and do something together. So I'm super excited about this. I'll be honest with you. This is very, very impromptu from my heart, but something came to me that I thought would be so much fun to share with you. And Ashley pointed out to me that we're like that halfway point of the year. So this is the perfect time to address what we're going to address today. But first of all, I got to ask y'all, those of you on YouTube, if you are looking at me on YouTube, you see me with the most adorable outfit on, y'all. It is so dang cute. It's polka dots, y'all. It's polka dots. And it's from my newest sponsor from Amore Boutique. It's right there by Target, y'all. Y'all can walk by in and get your darling outfit. They are so sweet. So thank Amore for my cute outfit, and please go see them. And if you want to know why my hair is so cute, that's because of Hue Salon. They're also a new sponsor. Can you believe it? People are believing in what we're doing at Happy Ass, and they want to support us. That is, as young people would say, that is fire. So this is what we're going to do today. I'm super excited. So what we're going to do today, we are going to do two different things. I'm going to take an old affirmation that I did. Actually, it was what I did at the very beginning of the year. And I'm going to read it. And I'm going to score myself. And I'm going to see how am I doing with that. And we're also going to do, and if, again, you may not be able to see me, but I'm holding up a deck of soundtracks cards that I got when I went to see Remarkable You with John Acuff. And I'm just going to pick one at random and we're going to talk about it. So if I don't get it right, it's okay. You'll see it here live, because I'm not going to change it. All right. So first thing we're going to do is I'm going to read the affirmation and we are going to talk about what I got right, what I may not have gotten so right, and what I'm still working on, where I'm growing. So here we go. And this one is entitled, My Wild and Precious Life. This year, I want to live more by doing less. This year, I want to be intentional with my time and my energy. This year, I want to set healthy boundaries. This year, I want to focus on my writing and my speaking. This year, I want to eat healthy whole foods. This year, I want to appreciate the stillness and the quiet. This year, I want to be attuned to God's calling on my life. This year, I want to say no to what is not important to me. This year, I want to truly live my one wild and precious life. And so it is. Well, y'all, I'm doing really well at some of these. Some of these, I'm not doing quite so well. So let's talk about the first one. I want to be intentional with my time and my energy. I'm pretty good about that. I'm pretty good, especially my energy, because you've heard me talk before that I think energy is powerful, it's important, and I believe that you feel people's energy when they walk in the room, and sometimes you feel their energy long after they leave, and sometimes that's a good energy, sometimes it's not so good. So I'm really intentional about energy. So I think I'm going to give myself an A+ there. My time, okay. We've talked about this before, and y'all are probably tired of hearing about it, but I still have a little bit of that people pleaser mentality where I want to please others. I want to make everybody happy. I don't want to say no to things that I probably should say no to. So I think I could work on my time. So I don't know how good I'm doing on that. Maybe B- on that. Okay. The other one is this year I want to set healthy boundaries. I'm pretty good there, better than I used to be. I've only read the book, Codependent No More, 3 to 100 times, don't remember, but that's been really good to help me. I still practice the Al-Anon principles. That helps me. And to be honest, y'all, if you haven't read the book, The Let Them Theory, you need to. I have read it. I have listened to it twice, and I think it's amazing. I really think it is worth your time. To me, it's kind of like a secular serenity prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And the thing is, if it involves other people, you can't change it. You can only change yourself. And dang, we're kind of hard to change. So that's what I think about that. Okay. I want to focus on my writing and my speaking. I have spoken several places, and I'll be honest with you. You know, I've told you before that I'm quite uncomfortable when I speak. It's the weirdest thing. It's just the weirdest thing because I do feel called to speak. I feel like God's calling me to speak, and I feel like I have something to say, and I feel like I have this fire burning inside of me that I want to just help people understand what wonder they have inside of them, and I want to teach that to others. But I still get scared. I get scared every single time. I did speak to a group, the I always get this wrong, Gulf Coast Children's Advocacy Center. I spoke to an amazing group of people there. And I will tell you that normally I step off the stage and the first thing out of my head is, oh my gosh, that was awful. I'm embarrassed to tell you that I feel that way because I teach you all the time to feel good about yourself, to use positive affirmations, but that is an area that I really fall short in. I get scared, I get nervous, and I wonder if I've done a good job. And I really beat myself up sometimes. For whatever reason, y'all, even though I wasn't perfect, when I stepped off that stage that day, I felt good. I felt good. You know, part of it, I think, was the energy in the room. This room was filled with amazing human beings who are selfless, who are definitely not working for the money. They're working because they want to make life brighter and sweeter for other people. And maybe perhaps I felt that in the room. I felt that energy in the room, and I was just fired up about it. So it was really a good time. So I enjoyed that. So I haven't gone back and looked at the taping of me doing it, because I just want to hold on to that good feeling that I had when I stepped off stage. So that was fun. So I am speaking. I am not writing, y'all. I do write my blogs. I do write my love letters to my office. I am. But that book that I've been talking about writing for over 5 years is sitting in the corner. So I can't give myself a very good grade on that one. All right. This one I'm doing really good on. It says this year I want to eat healthy whole foods. Now, y'all, I'm going to be very honest with you, which I tend to do with y'all. I do love my Built Bars. And my Built Bars are not whole foods. They are a yummy treat that I eat because it has lots of protein and it's delicious, and I can eat it in the car while I'm running down the road doing 20,000 things. So I'm doing that. But I'm mostly eating healthy whole foods. Part of that is I do have a fitness coach that I still speak to every single week. I have accountability with her, and I'm always embarrassed when she looks at my food tracking, which I still do every single day, and she sees that I've got like a day where I've eaten like 3 Built Bars and I've eaten 1 meal. So I have days like that, but I'm doing good there. I want to appreciate the stillness and the quiet. I do a pretty good job of that. I get up in the morning and I spend time in quiet study and prayer. Some days I get out ahead of myself, and I don't like that. I require a lot of alone time sitting in prayer and reflection. I really do. I want to really attune to God's calling on my life. Y'all, I don't know about y'all, but I'm struggling there. I'm asking God all the time, God, what is it you really want me to do? Well, I think maybe I want him to smack me upside the head and tell me. You know, I want him to just say, okay, Karen, this is what I want you to do, and map it out for me, like kind of like Chat GPT, Chat God, you know, and that's not happening. I know at the core, I want to make life brighter and sweeter for others. I know that it's my mission to add value to the lives of others. I know the general big thing, but this is all the things going through my head, y'all. I've wanted to open a bookstore, coffee shop, pie shop, art gallery for so long. It's been a dream forever. Do I do that? I don't know. But everybody else has one. Do I just keep working on my podcast? Which that's a given. I'm going to keep doing that, whether it becomes a big thing or not. I'm going to keep doing that. I love love doing my podcast. It is absolute joy to me. It's a lot of hard work, y'all. A lot of hard work. It costs money to do it. But thankfully, because I have sponsors now, I can pay for it. Isn't that sweet? I love it. So I'm going to stop right here and tell you about a couple more sponsors real quick because it's going to kind of tie in with what we've been talking about. So talking about my food, I still eat out quite a bit, y'all. I'm not going to lie because I'm on the road. And I'm super excited about one of our brand new sponsors. It is the Grocery Kitchen and Tap Room. And if you might have seen it, I did a darling little reel, if I do say so myself, just recently. And they were having a Thursday special where a steak dinner, y'all, was $22. A steak dinner. I don't mean a steak dinner. And it was a big old hunk of meat, y'all. That's crazy. So I'm excited about that. I'm going to go check that out. Haven't eaten that yet, but I'm going to go there. I've been to events there. They do great events. They're open rain or shine because if you can't sit on the patio, you can sit inside. So please go check them out. And this is the cool thing about my sponsors. My sponsors really weren't so concerned about what they were going to get from sponsoring My Happy Ass Life. They were so excited to be a part of something positive in our community. So that speaks volumes of the people who are sponsoring My Happy Ass Life. So I'm super excited about that. So back to my little assessment of myself. So please go check them out. They're awesome. The Grocery Kitchen and Tap Room, downtown St. Andrews, historic St. Andrews. All right. The next one is, this year, I want to say no to what is unimportant to me. We've already talked about that. I'm not real good about time management because even if I put time aside for myself, if somebody needs me, I am quick to say yes. So I'm really working on trying to do better at that. I think I'm better than I used to be, but I think I'm still growing in that area. And of course, this year, I want to truly live my one wild and precious life. I think in spite of all the things that I just talked to you about, I freaking love my life. I love living. I love every ounce of living. The good, the bad, the ugly, the in-between. I think it is such a gift that God has given me. I've had some things that have happened in my life where I've almost lost my life. Haven't really talked about this on here, and I'm having a series of tests right now because of it, but I'm doing great, so don't worry. No worries. I had brain surgery in the year 2000, and it took me almost a year to recuperate, actually about 11 months to recuperate from that, and I am so grateful. So we joke a lot, or I joke with friends, not too much anymore because some people don't even know that, and now you know, that I had brain surgery in the year 2000 and was very, very sick, but I say to people, I go, well, it's not brain surgery. And I really mean it. It's not brain surgery. So when I kind of compare things to that, and then when I got COVID so badly and almost died of it, I became so attuned to my health. And that is how I ended up on my fitness journey, y'all. That's how I ended up with a fitness coach. That's how I ended up starting to eat healthy. That's how I started diligently doing weight training. So that bad thing that happened to me brought this very good thing. That brain surgery all those years ago made me really grateful for every single day. So I think I'm doing a good job on enjoying my wild and precious life. I like to spend more time playing golf, but I think I'm doing a pretty good job there. So think about you. What have you done this last 6 months? What did you say you were going to do? Don't give up. Don't say, oh my gosh, 6 months in, I think I'll wait till next year. I don't know who made up that rule anyway, that your goals and your growth starts on January 1. You grow. Okay, y'all. Your growth and your goals start when you make a decision to make a change, to do something different. If you want to be different, you got to do something different. I know you can do it. You can do it. So, I got to report on myself on one other thing. It's kind of funny that this was not even in here, but this is one of my goals that I talk about to myself every single day. We've already kind of talked about the fact that I'm not the best in the world about money. I'm really working on it. And when I say I'm working on it, I'm kind of working on it. I'm trying to be better about it. And I've actually been talking to friends about it who are smarter than me, which is a lot of people. And I'm trying to read things about money and getting better about money. I did speak to, in fact, I'm excited. You're going to hear from Dan Hines. Oh my gosh, a great guy. He used to be a money financial guy and he was so sweet. Didn't make me feel like an idiot. So I got to find somebody like him. He was a coach, financial coach. Now he's doing YouTube videos and stuff and just switched gears and doing great. But my point here is I'm still working on that, y'all. And I'll tell you from time to time how I'm doing there. So, but I will tell you one thing I did right. Okay, I'm super excited. One thing I did right was I called Bay Tax, Brian Yormack, this super nice guy that I met at a workshop, and they were talking to me about this thing called cost segregation. I was clueless, and after about 3 times of hearing about it, I figured out what it meant, called him up, had them do a cost segregation study. What you need to know is I saved hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes. That's crazy, y'all. That's crazy. And I don't understand how it all works, but he does. So call Brian Yormack with Bay Tax. He is one of our faithful sponsors. This is actually his 3rd season sponsoring us. So when you see him, thank him for that. Okay, so I promised y'all that we were going to also do this other thing. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to tell you a little bit about this. I've talked about John Acuff before, and he is one of my favorite authors. I went to a Remarkable You conference. It was one of the best conferences I've ever been to in my life. If you haven't read him, if you haven't listened to him, please do so. His podcast is It Only Takes a Goal. He's so funny and so smart. He makes goals so much fun. And his books are Soundtracks, Quitter, I think Getting Started. There's a bunch of them, and I've read all of them. So go read his books. Okay, so to set this up, this is a little bit about Soundtracks. So Soundtracks is a book he wrote, and it says, John Acuff's Soundtracks has helped people across the globe change overthinking from a super problem into a superpower. Soundtracks are the thoughts that play or repeat in your mind, shaping your actions and beliefs. The right one push you forward, while the wrong ones hold you back. I'm going to say that again, because I know that we're all guilty of this one. The right ones push you forward, while the wrong ones hold you back. Okay, and it says use this deck and replace overthinking with soundtracks that spark conversation. So, all right, y'all, I do not know what I'm going to draw. So this could work out really, really well, or this could really bomb. But you know what? You may not even know it because I could edit it out if I wanted to. Let's see. Which one am I going to get? Oh my gosh. Okay. Fear comes free. Hope takes work. That is one of John Acuff's soundtracks. Fear comes free and hope takes work. Let's see what it says on their side. Ooh, what's one thing you like to do that stirs up positivity in your life? What's one thing you do to quiet fear when it sneak attacks you? All right. Luckily, this is an easy one for me. Okay. The positivity part, y'all have heard me say it before. I have dug my well before I got thirsty. I, every single day, dig my well before I get thirsty. I spend quiet time in meditation and study, reading, praying, writing affirmations, and I do it on a daily basis. I like to take a positive scripture and write it down. And quite frankly, I've used the Serenity Prayer many times. I've also used that verse, for God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. And there's been times in my life that have been fearful, that I've said that over and over and over and over again. Like when I had COVID, I even took a big poster board and I wrote, bunch of positive scriptures on it, and I put it right beside my bed as I was going to bed, and I would read them over and over till I could go to sleep, because I had a really hard time sleeping, because that was a time in my life that I was very fearful, y'all. I was terrified, so scared. But for the most part, I don't get real fearful. I don't have a lot of fears, except when I step on the stage. But that's a common fear that everybody has. And I love this one. What's one thing you do to quiet fear when it sneak attacks you? Just like I said, I say the serenity prayer over and over. I try to say positive scripture. Another verse that really has helped me over the years is, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. So when I start worrying about stuff that I don't have, if I start worrying about money, if I start worrying about maybe somebody, then I just say that verse over and over, and it really quiets my soul, because you do know that when you say positive things, when you talk positive, when you read positive, it is a neurotransmitter. It changes the way your brain is transmitting things, y'all. This is, back in the day, people kind of made fun of people like me. They kind of thought I was hokey and weird, and okay, I'm still hokey and weird, and that's okay. I can handle that. But it's true, y'all. Neuroscientists will tell you that speaking positive, talking positive, changing the soundtracks in your mind, in your heart, in your head will change your life. And I tell you all the time, I double dog dare you to try it. Okay, so let's try another one. How'd that work out? Okay, let's see. Okay. All right, I still want to look at it. I'm scared. Oh my gosh, this is a great one. I'll feel awesome after. That is a great one. Without even turning over, I'm going to tell you what I think about that. I'll feel awesome after. I work out 4 days a week lifting weights. And the other days, I either walk, I do yoga, I do something, I move my body somehow, some way. There are days when I may not feel like going to the gym, but because I said I would go to the gym, I do it anyway. I may not feel good right now, but I'll feel awesome after. And I want to tell you something, y'all. That feeling you get when you walk out of that gym at 5 a.m. because you've already finished your workout and other people are waking up, I feel like a total freaking badass. I am not going to lie. So when you do something that's hard to do, that you don't want to do, that maybe you just rather put off, when you do it, you feel so awesome after. So that's a great soundtrack. Okay, let me see what it says. What's something you never feel like doing in the moment, but are always glad you did? How could you focus on the after and ignore the before? Okay, that would be folding up and putting up my clothes. I hired an organizer, and I'm a mess, y'all. No, I make a mess. I'm not a mess. I make a mess. We'll change that soundtrack. So I make a big mess. I'm really talented at making big messes. I'm really talented at piling clothes up that I decided not to wear instead of hanging them up. I'm very talented at letting about 10 pairs of shoes collect in my little potty area because I pull them off instead of putting them where they belong. I'm very talented at leaving jewelry wherever it lands. Okay, got a lot of talent, y'all. But she's organized my house, and we're not through yet, but she organized my closet. I think about that. My closet looks beautiful, y'all. If you want, I'll put a picture on my Facebook page so you can see it. It is gorgeous. So I think about it because it looks so good. I say to myself, put it up now, hang it up now, you'll feel better after. And I do. I feel so proud of myself. So that's something I'm working on. Well, y'all, this has been fun. I hope you enjoyed it too. This was kind of an impromptu, impulsive thing. I've got to make sure before I go, though, that I have thanked every sweet, precious person. But there's a story behind this too, y'all. So I seem confident to y'all, right? I seem like I've just got all this confidence in the world. And I am pretty confident that life's going to work out for me. I do feel that way. But sometimes I doubt myself. I don't doubt God. I don't doubt God's ability to help me. I don't doubt any of y'all, but sometimes I doubt myself because there's two things that I'm fearful of. I'm a people pleaser at times, and I'm working on that. And I'm afraid of being embarrassed. That's one of my things that I'm nervous about. I don't want to be embarrassed. So I had a really hard time asking people to sponsor the show. Even though I think it's worth it, even though I knew I really needed them to sponsor it, I was scared. So I called up Hugh Salon and I said, y'all, I'm embarrassed. I acted like an idiot. I said, I'm embarrassed to ask y'all this, but I only want to have sponsors who I either use or who were completely aligned in our values of what we're doing in the community and I truly believe in. So it has to be that way. And Hugh is where I get my hair done. And I go there every 5 weeks. Rebecca does it at Hugh. They're wonderful. It's owned by Shannon and it's a couple doors down from my office. And I wanted to be at a hairdresser where it was close to my downtown office so I could support the people downtown because I love downtown Panama City, y'all. I'm a beach girl, but my heart is also in Panama City. It's amazing. So I want to thank them. But when I asked them, they said, well, of course, we would love to sponsor your podcast. I just started screaming in the car, y'all. Started screaming in the car. So everyone that I've called has immediately said yes. One of those yeses was Kevin Kennerson with Lendingham Mortgage. And the reason I asked him is y'all. Go on Facebook, check him out. Go on his Instagram, Kevin Kennerson Lendingham Mortgage. That dude is a male version of me. Positive, energetic. That guy is so positive and so uplifting. When he came to my office, I said, I got to be aligned with this dude. So I'm thankful. And to wrap it up, y'all, this is so cool. I had another friend that wanted to be a sponsor. I said, hey, I need some equipment. Would you like to sponsor my equipment? He said, absolutely. So Lucky's Pine Straw is the sponsor of my equipment. Now you can find out about all these people by going on the show notes. You're also going to see me talk about these people on my Instagram, on my Facebook. You're going to see me just singing from the rafters about these people. Not so much that I believe in their product, which I do, but because they have the same mission that I have to bring light and love and good energy to our community. And I can't think of anything better than that. Okay, I'm going to just double check my list to make sure I didn't forget anybody. Y'all, I did pretty good. I didn't forget anybody. And I will never forget how good y'all make me feel. Remember that Maya Angelou thing? It says, people will forget what you say, but they'll never forget how you make them feel. And I want you to know, my happy ass audience, that you make me so happy. You make me feel so loved and so energized and so hopeful about my one beautiful, wild, and precious life. Be sweet, y'all.